Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour, your source for all hard rock, heavy metal, new metal, alternative, punk, horror punk, hardcore, rock, and all local bands, with your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather. And as always, I'm bringing you guys awesome interviews. And today it is an honor and a huge privilege to have Mr. Biff Byford on the show. He's the vocalist of Saxon. Saxon has released their 22nd studio album entitled Thunderbolt via the Militia Guard label Silver Lining Music. And I'm going to tell you right now, they keep putting out great albums, and there's no stopping them as of right now. So, Biff, how's it going?
It's going great. It's good to be there. That's great.
What's impressed you the most about making the new album, Thunderbolt? What's caught your eye about, if anything? I mean, I know you guys have got tons of albums out, but what's impressed you most about this one?
Well, what impressed me most is how much people like it, actually. That's the most impressive thing about it.
Yeah.
You put albums out sometimes, and they're great albums, but some albums people really lock onto, and think is really special. So I think this album's, it's been in the charts around the world quite a bit. So yeah, we're really impressed by it because obviously we've done something good there.
Yeah, but you know what, though? I've had many conversations with other radio hosts and things like that, and just friends in general who love metal. You can't talk metal without mentioning Saxon in your top 10 or top 5. I mean, there's just no way about it, because to me, you guys are kind of like the forefathers of metal music and thrash as well.
Yeah, I think that, the 80s, that new wave British heavy metal thing that happened in 1980, 79, 80, was a massive influence around the world, especially on a lot of young musicians in America who were, wanting to start their own sort of wave here, So, I think we influenced a lot of bands, especially in America.
How was working with producer Andy Sneap on this album?
It's good. He's done the last tour, so he's done 3 albums with us now, and he's done a couple of live albums as well. So, it's great working with Andy. He's a guitarist. Obviously, he's on tour with us, into with Priest. So yeah, he's a guitarist, so he gets a great blend of vintage sound and the modern twist, And I work quite closely with him on vocals and stuff, when I'm singing. So yeah, it's really great, really great. No pressure, really relaxing,
Now, I know you've worked with Andy a couple of times, but does he just let you guys go on and let you do your own thing, or does he step in and push you guys hard sometimes?
No, he basically deals with the sounds, and, I'll talk to him before we went in the studio. I'll go through the arrangements with him and, see if we can tidy things up a little bit and just generally, play the songs live in his studio just to get the good feel for it all. So, he pretty much lets you get on with it, but, if he has any ideas or anything he doesn't like, he lets us know,
This album was released on the Militia Guard label, Silver Lining Music.
Yeah.
How's it been working with those folks on this?
Well, they didn't actually hear it until we finished it. I never sent it to anybody. I didn't send it to the management either, so nobody knew. Only the sort of inner sanctum people knew, Andy and close family heard the album, actually. So it was a bit strange, really. I was... I didn't send any demos out or anything, so people were really stunned, really, when they got the album. A bit like, why didn't you tell us before, But the record company leave us alone. We're big boys. We can make our own albums. We don't need record companies telling us what to do. So they're pretty cool. They keep out of it.
Yeah. Any songs off Thunderbolt that stand out more to you than any as right now? Possibly, I mean, if you could pick any.
Well, I think the 4 songs that seem to be going down the best live are obviously Thunderbolt, Secret of Flight, Nosferatu, and They Played Rock and Roll. They seem to be the big 4 favorites live, although we are playing 3 other songs as well off the new album, but they seem to be the ones that are going down well. Whether it be, the melody is strong, I don't know, but people pick their own tracks, don't they? They have their favorite tracks on albums.
Very true, very true. I know you guys have been around for a very long time, but How much growth musically have you seen yourself and this band go through since the formation up to now, or just has it been more personal growth for all of you guys?
Yeah, it's a personal growth, and it's we started in the analog era, and then we came right through the digital era. So we've took everything on board, and we've been through quite a lot of changes in style of music. We've been through the grunge and the sort of the more hardcore stuff, the death metal, and so we've been through all that, and it's changed. I mean, the music business changed, but bands like and Judas Priest are solid. We're solid. People can bank on our type of music. You know what I'm saying?
And that says a lot about you guys and Judas Priest and all these other bands that are still around today that have made the change how music happens. And you're right. Music changes all the time. And, we're in a digital era right now from analog. Do you guys like this? And plus social media to get your music out to more people and more fans? Do you like this?
Yeah, we like social media. We do all sorts of stuff. We release vinyl, we release cassette, we release CDs, we do downloads, we're all over Spotify like a rush. So, and the band, move with the times, really. I like it at the moment because there's so much choice. You can have a CD, you can download it, you can buy a cassette, you can get a vinyl, you can get a box set with everything in there. So it's a pretty good time at the moment, really, for the fans because they have a lot of choice.
What helps you keep your mind fresh and open during the writing and recording process to not let the music get stale, if anything?
Well, I think I take it like if you write, it's like writing a novel. I have to go in the studio, at home, and then go in there. When we're doing albums, I'll go in there, write lyrics, and try and melody the lines. And some days it doesn't work, and other days it does. But you just have to keep going in and spending a few hours on it all the time. That's how to do it until the inspiration starts to flow.
What can fans expect at a show from the mighty Saxon who have not got to see you guys live as of yet?
Well, I mean, the production is quite big. We're using with Priest. I mean, Judas use a stage set and things. If the gigs are big enough, So yeah, we're it's about 50-50. I mean, at the moment we're playing, I'll say 50% off the new album, and then 50% from the 80s. I think. Mm-hmm. So people seem to like it.
In your own opinion, Biff, what does Saxon bring to the table for music that's not out there as of right now, possibly?
We bring power, melody. A sense of occasion. You know what I'm saying? It's people are waiting for Saxon albums. They're looking forward to them. They, in America, people are looking forward to seeing the tour. They're looking forward to seeing us play. A lot of people out there, haven't seen us for a long time, and a lot of younger fans haven't seen us at all. They've just heard of us. They heard it down. So what we bring to the table is a legacy of music stretching right back to 1979.
I want to go back here just a little bit for when you guys first started and then, up till now. When you guys first started out, was it very hard to get a lot of shows back then and support, or was it pretty easier back then to do it?
Well, we didn't really get any support when we first started. We were mostly playing clubs and pubs, pretty much like every other band has to do. Our first tour was with Motorhead, which is obviously what the song's about. So yeah, we played to get on the tour. Well, we didn't pay, the record company paid to get on the tour, but before that, we got to ride on their tour bus, we got to stay in the hotels, so it was pretty wet, pretty even really. But yeah, it was difficult to get to it, but we were pretty hot, in 1979. We were, our first album was out, we were in the magazine, so and our audience was very similar to Motorhead, leather jacket, bullet belts, jeans. You know what I'm saying? We looked a bit more like a biker band, than we certainly didn't look like Duran Duran, put it that way.
Sure. Oh, yeah, right, yeah. And that was like a pattern for all metal bands back in the day like that, was the bullet belts and the leather jackets. And
yeah, I think, we all like the Marlon Brando look, they got the Ramones and
sure.
that did it. You got the Sex Pistols who were wearing leather jackets. So, it was a good rock image, what we took from, Elvis Presley used to wear leather jackets as well. So, it's a great look, and it goes well with
Sure, yeah, and it made a statement too, in my opinion.
Yeah, they totally made a statement. It made a statement. This is us on the streets. We're, this is our new music. We're rebelling against the normal thing. We want to be played on radio. We want to sell records. So, here it is. Have it.
Yeah. It's like we don't want no poppy shit. We want heavy shit.
Exactly, man. We want stuff with guitar riffs and,
Yeah.
Melodic vocal. Stuff we can sing to, Yeah.
Support.
We can hear it once and then sing the song. That's what we need.
Support-wise, is there a country location that stands out more or even surprises you to this day that you guys get support from, possibly?
Germany has always been strong for us, although England's been strong. But I think during that 90s period, when it was a bit sort of not so great for British metal, yeah, I think some countries definitely got behind us. I mean, a German record company signed us. Obviously an English record company, but the German company, Virgin Records signed us in Germany. So, yeah, we had some really popular albums there during that period. But, you survive, the never surrender motto is very strong with Saxon.
Here's something I always want to ask a British band. Coming from overseas, when you guys putting out music and things like that, and you're knowing it's getting put out overseas like that in your hometown and everything, but what's it mentally for you guys when you hear, it's made it to the U.S. airways? What was your thoughts when this happens, possibly?
I think that the secret is, I think you have to do what is right for you, yeah. And I think, during that late 80s thing, I think we personally as a band got a bit screwed up here and there and not focusing on what we were. There was like, Bruce left Maiden and Rob left Priest, and it was all a bit, going a bit pear-shaped for fans. But, you've got to think through that, and you've got to, we always go back to the 80s and think, what were we when we started? So what are we now? And at that particular point in time, we're as close now to the 80s as we've been for a long time, I think.
Biff, what made you want to become a musician? What was that spark for you that said, that's what I want to do right there?
I think, watching things like the Kinks and stuff and Rolling Stones and people like that on TV, the Beatles, obviously, they were around in the 60s big time. So I think, that sort of pop culture of the 60s got me going, you know what I mean? The long hair, the good-looking girlfriends, it's all. Yeah. and the music, we just played it louder than they did. That's all. It's true that the Kinks, You Really Got Me, and those type of songs, Rolling Stones, Satisfaction. They're all great rock songs, and they're all that stuff that I liked, So it was an easy jump to go from there to into a heavier style.
Any show or moments that stand out more to you than any right now that you can think of being part of a Saxon, like being a huge festival that you guys played that you couldn't believe that you're part of, maybe?
Well, I think we played the first big festival in England with all the bands that were big at that time. We were becoming very big at that time. Was the Monster Rock Festival, in 1980. It was Rainbow, Judas Priest, Scorpions, Saxon, Riot, April Wine. So it was one of those festivals, and we were the sort of new guys on the block on that festival, and that was a big turning point for Saxon, actually.
And that was a huge, huge festival at that time too.
Yeah, it was like a one-day festival, 80,000 people, something like that. So not been seen before for a new. There's quite a lot of hippie festivals around, but nothing that was really current, if you know what I mean.
What's it mean to you to this day when you receive an email from a fan, or prior to your shows or after the shows, they tell you that Saxon's music has helped them through a bad experience, or it's gave them inspiration to overcome things, or just makes them relax to the everyday bullshit that we go through? What's it mean to you guys to this day?
No, I think, when you've been making albums as long as we have, I think, a lot of the music's a soundtrack to people's lives, and it helps them get through things, like songs like Never Surrender, songs like that. Somebody did a tribute for a girl that died. She used one of our songs on the Facebook, on the photograph thing. So I think it's nice when people can take some of your music and use it for things like that, to get through a bad time, either you're sick or being on drugs or something, or you're trying to get off, or, one of your friends has died, or, one of your family's sick. I think some songs can inspire people, We have quite a lot of songs, that people think of when they're in a certain state of mind, and I think that's great.
Folks, I'm going to tell you right now, Saxon has been around for a very long time. Like I said, in my opinion, they are one of the forefathers of thrash metal and metal, things like that. So I have nothing but respect for Biff and the band Saxon. So, Biff, how can folks stay in touch with you guys, buy some merchandise, tour dates, this new album? How can they do that?
Yeah, they do that. We're all over the place. We've got a Facebook site, which is Saxon Official. You just go on there, put in Saxon, it comes up on search engines. We've got the website, which is saxon747.com. We've got the YouTube channel, which is Planet Saxon. We've got Instagram, which is obviously Saxon Instagram. I'm on Twitter. It's Biff_Byford, if people want to talk to me. So, yeah, we're all over the place, yeah. So, there's merchandising shops on there. There's all the tour dates on there. There's all the past tour dates we've done for the last 10 years. So it makes interesting reading, actually. It's good.
Biff, before I let you go, would you care to do a promo for my show, good sir?
Yeah, what was it? Okay. This is Biff from Saxon. You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour. Come on.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
No problem, mate. Anytime.
Everybody stick around. We got some great music coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and BODS Mayhem Radio Network. Thanks, Biff.
Okay, man. See you later. Bye.